One of my favorite things to do in editing in Final Cut Pro is masking, cloning. Are you not sure what that is? Well, have you ever wanted to do this? Wait a minute, what did Fetty say? I don't know where he came from, but let's get into it, guys, right after this. Or what about this? Or even this. Guess what? They have a butter. They do? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the easy way to do masking, kind of the basics of doing masking of cloning in Final Cut Pro, and we're going to do that right now. Just hit record. So welcome back into the studio, guys. I am Ken, your content coach, and again in this video I want to talk about cloning using the mask feature in Final Cut Pro. So this is going to be a tutorial. This is going to be a low-level basic entry into masking. There are a lot of different directions and ways we could take this, and a lot of features and things that you can do to make masking even better. But again, I just want to do kind of an introductory into cloning, into masking to get you started. Now, in order to get started, it's very simple. You don't need much. It may look difficult, but you don't need much at all. Now, the first thing you're going to want is a tripod. The reason you're going to want a tripod is because the way that we're going to do this demonstration, you'll see in the video that I have prepared, we're going to start with one video completely. Basically, through that video, we are going to start recording. I'm going to record one side, and then I will flip, change my hat, do things to make it look different, and then I'll go to the other side and I will record that portion. We'll take that video, we'll split it up. I'm going to show that throughout the demonstration. So you need a tripod. The second thing you need is a camera, iPhone. For best results, you can use a regular DSLR or mirrorless camera with a wide angle lens. That's going to give you your best shot and keeping yourself from overlapping. You don't want to overlap. But this is with an iPhone. You can do it with a phone. That's how I did this one, so I'm going to show that. And the third thing you're going to need is good lighting around all sides. You want to watch out for shadowing because throughout the video you are going to be standing on one side or the other. And obviously, as you know, when you're standing on one side, you're going to have a shadow behind you. And when you do start actually editing your video for the cloning, shadows can make an issue. But I'm going to show you kind of a workaround. I intentionally did part of this video with some shadowing so I can show you kind of an easy workaround. Again, this is just a basic tutorial just to get you started. So before we do this, guys, if this is the kind of content you like, if you want to see more like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell next to it. That way you will know every time a new video comes out. And hey, hit that thumbs up if you find this content useful. So let's jump right into the demonstration. Again, we're going to do this in Final Cut Pro. So as you can see in Final Cut Pro, we have a video clip. Now I recorded this earlier using my iPhone once again. So this is one video clip. We're actually going to take this, we're going to break it into two clips and then use masking to put it together. So we'll kind of go through the video here. Now I'm going to assume you have a basic understanding of Final Cut Pro. When you see the scissors here, so that scissors is a blade, we're going to use that to cut. Your shortcut keys. If you want to be able to select and click on something, just press A. That'll take you back to your select. Press your B button, will take you back to blade. The blade is what we're going to use most throughout this demonstration. So what we want to do is find these spots in our videos where it makes sense, where the conversation will look like it's happening. So as you can see in the very beginning, you see me on one side of the room. I'm standing here pretending like I'm talking to somebody. All right, as we scroll through the video, you see I keep doing that for a little bit. Now at this point, I'm actually going to stop. It's very important that when you want to film the other side, you keep the same video going. Don't touch the camera, don't touch the tripod. You need to keep that room looking exactly like it looks. No change whatsoever, otherwise this will not work. So I'm not going to touch the camera. I'm going to change my hat here just for good measure so that we have some difference on the other side. And as you can see, once I went to the other side, I just kind of filmed myself standing there like I'm talking to my other self. And we do that for a little bit before I turn the camera off. So what we're going to do, we're going to find points in here where it looks like it makes sense to clip this. Okay, so right around here is where I stop. So I'm going to back up to that point. I'm going to clip that right there. Now we have two different basically 2 different video files. All right, I'm gonna clip over to right about here because this is kind of where I start in the act of talking to myself. All right, I'm gonna cut this stuff out of the middle because we won't need that. Now, we have 2 different files. Now, you remember what I said was you have to be careful with shadowing. If you kind of look at the difference in these 2 clips, you have the first clip where I'm here on the left side. You have the second clip where I'm on the right side. Now, the issue that we're gonna have with this is shadowing. And the reason this matters is because lighting. You can kind of see over right around here, I do have shadowing from where I'm standing here. In this first clip, I'm not standing here, so that shadowing is going to be different. So what I want to actually do is take the shadowing portion and put that on the bottom. Now, I'll explain here in a second why I do that. Now, what you have, you know Final Cut Pro, I'm sure, so you do know that the top video is what basically dominates. It's going to cover up the other video. So as we go through here, you only see the top video, even though there's 2 there. When we get to the end of here, you will see the second one because now it's not covered. This is where the masking comes in. So what we need to do, we're going to go over here to our effects. And there's different ways you can do this. You can actually scroll down to masks and you see the masking here. Or what I like to do, because I do like the shortcuts, I'm going to go down to the search bar at the bottom and type in mask. Okay. So what we're looking for is draw mask. We're actually going to take the draw mask and we're going to drag it on top of the top clip. Very important that we do that for the top clip because the mask is how we're going to cut to make this into one clip to make both sides show up. So we're going to drop the masking right on top of that. Now, as soon as you do that, you're going to see click to add a control point shows up. Now, your control points, we're basically going to clip out the area that we want to mask off. So this is important to make sure that you try to figure out a way to do this so that you make the room look the same. We're going to make shadowing not an issue. There's different ways you can do this. You can actually drag control points all the way around. You know, we could go as close to, and this would come into handy if you have a lot of movement because you can actually use the control points. You can move with the video. You can move with that subject part of the clip. We're not going to worry about that here because, like I said, this is a simple tutorial, so we're going to take those off. I'm only going to mask off this half of the video. So we have our first control point in the top corner. I'm going to go right over here. Now I'm going to go to the middle because I'm actually using this bookcase as a good natural break in the video. So I'm going to go to the center there, as center as possible. I'm going to put a control point down here. Now you can click and drag your control points. So I want that right over the top of that bookcase. And here in 1 second, I will show you why. So we have our third control point. We're going to put a fourth one here. Now the important thing is when you do get to the end and you're done with control points, you have to connect them. So you simply click on your first control point. And now you can see they're connected. We have masked off this half of the video, and now you do see the other half of the bottom clip now shows up. So you have both of us here. Now, what you want to watch for here is shadowing. I'm going to play this really quick so I can kind of show you what I mean here. So as we play this, if you look up here, right around this area, you can see where there's a break in that video. You can see where the 2 clips are coming together. So what we're going to do to fix that is feathering. So if you come over here, under your effects column, this is where you change the different components of your effect. We're going to look for feather here. I'm going to drag feathering over. What this is going to do is basically blend both clips. And anywhere in this range is fine. You can go all the way. You can go halfway. What I've really made sure that I've done here is that I've stood far enough apart in both clips so that I'm not going to overlap. Very important. So I'll do 100% feathering. And as we come back now and look, when you look up here now, you do not see that break. When you look down through here, you see the natural shadow of the bookcase. This video looks like there's literally 2 of me standing here, so we are good to go. Now, what I also like to do, because you want to be careful with this, you see kind of some where it's feathered off down here, it doesn't look right. That's because our control points aren't low enough, so I'm going to make this smaller so that I can see the entire window. And what I like to do is just drag those control points right outside, all the way outside the frame. So then when you do that, your control points are all the way out. You don't see any line of those control points. Everything will look natural. So we'll go back to fit and let's play this. So you can see I'm standing here having a conversation with myself. It looks natural. The room looks right. You don't see a line in the middle. You can't tell this is two clips put together. This is masking. This is exactly how it's done. So what I'm going to do now is finish up. So you see that disappear because that's where that clip ends. This clip ends right here. So of course that disappears. You're only left with the bottom clip. So I'm going to cut this off. We're going to end that here. I'm going to take this last part off. Looks like I'm having a conversation. Everything looks good. The last thing that I'm going to do here is combine these into one video. So what you're going to do, basically drag to highlight both, right click, new compound clip. We will name this clone. And now you have one clip, one video clip. Play it one more time. Looks like a natural conversation. You cannot tell that's two clips put together. It looks like I have a twin. Matter of fact, every time I ever use this before my videos, that's what people said, you have a twin. But this is cloning, guys. This is masking, and this is how you make that clone effect so that you can have a conversation with yourself. So that's it. That is masking. That is cloning. That is how that is done. Now, like I said, this was a low-level kind of a tutorial, low-level overview. In the future, I'll do kind of some more advanced videos and show some more of the features of masking. But that's basically it. You take your two videos, you put them together, use your control points, use your feathering. Again, the important parts before you do that, make sure that you have one video, make sure you don't touch the camera between your filming. It's always cool to change your hat, change your shirt, whatever, just for that effect of looking different. As you can see in the beginning of the video, that's what I've done there. And that is masking. So if you have any questions about that, guys, if there's something you may have missed, something that wasn't clear, make sure you throw a comment down below. I will make sure that I answer those. Masking is something that I love to do. It is fun. I love editing. Masking is something that just is really creative and helps you create some awesome videos. So again, if you have any questions, throw those down in the comments. I will make sure that I answer those. And again, in the future, I'll do some more advanced videos. We'll talk about some other features of masking and ways that you can really take your videos and your masking to the next level using Final Cut Pro and the mask feature. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you out somehow. I hope you're able to take this and go create some awesome videos using masking, using cloning, have conversations with yourself, see how creative you can get with it. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Hey, if you use this video and you come up with a video, do me a favor, come back to this one, drop a link, find me on Instagram, find me on my website, which will be down in the description. YourContentCoach.live is the website, so find me, send me your videos. I'd love to see what you're able to do with this. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell so that you will know every time a new video comes out. Again, if you find value in this video, in this tutorial, in this content, give me that thumbs up. That is always helping the channel. Greatly appreciate you guys. As always, go out, make some killer content, use cloning, see what you can do with it. And as always, just hit record. We'll see you next time.